KFAN, The Fan.
Don't miss your chance to see comedian Roy Wood Jr. as he brings his Happy to Be Here live tour to the Fillmore on Friday, February 9th. Tickets are on sale now. You can head over to KFAN.com. Just make the keyword calendar for more info to get your tickets today.
Did I stutter?
You did not. Well done. Hey, who's going to play quarterback for the Vikes this week, Coach? Do you know? Coach, you're the guy who's going to make the decision. Who's going to do it?
We're working through that right now. We go through a full evaluation process of, the Lions game, of course, but going back to the Bengals game and taking a look at the inventory of really Nick's both of his starts. When he came into the game against the Raiders as well. We've had some turnovers. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you for your honesty.
Well, we were at a bakery. I would say it's gonna be the kid. Wouldn't you say there, Cor?
I have no idea anymore. I just don't know. I mean, I don't think it matters. So maybe he just flips a coin. Who knows? I mean, it's going to be Mullins or Hall. It can't be Dobbs. Let's not do the Dobbs thing.
He's going to gather everybody in the locker room. Heads for Hall, tails for Mullins, and they're all going to go crazy.
Yep. Wow. That's how you instill confidence.
Minimize it.
Is that how Jock did for you?
100%.
That's how he decided the captain.
No, he just came in and said, "Sorry, Perry, it's tails. You lost. You got up the press box."
It's been tails the last 15 games.
He didn't give it a. He didn't want that 50-50 chance at all. He was taking that out of the equation.
What's the most you've ever lost on a coin toss?
Well, his starting position.
Yeah,
right.
My job.
At least they have pretzels in the wild press box.
Popcorn,
right?
popcorn,
hot
baby.
chocolate.
The pop up there, the Diet Coke is incredible.
Thank you.
It really is.
I wouldn't know that, but I know the Sprite is spectacular.
Zach, praising the Diet Coke of the wild press box is not going to get you to do Let's Play Hockey any sooner.
Right.
So just cut the crap.
Is there anything I can to do that? I mean, I'll do anything.
Anything?
Any squeaky wheel gets the grease?
You know what you could try?
We're squeaking over here.
Walk down to the XL Energy Center, run up to Aaron Sickman, throw a handful of pebbles at his feet and see if it works.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
Well, because Corey's the Grinch, we're not doing the bid anymore.
Aw. I voted for weekly. I voted to almost kill it, but I voted weekly.
Yeah.
Marnie says weekly. Parrish, you say weekly.
Yeah, I think weekly.
All right,
Weekly.
there you go.
I like
voting for weekly. I think.
But Wednesday or Friday weekly.
I still think it's even funnier if we do it weekly and they still bomb.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're definitely going to still bomb. Yeah. And by they, I mean me too.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
A magnet created... Oh, man. Did you see that? A magnet created by a professor at the University of Minnesota has been named one of Time Magazine's best inventions of 2023. The Clean Earth Magnet is made at Niron Magnetics, the company the professor founded in 2014 after developing the magnet at the university. The professor says the magnet is better for the Earth because it's made from two common elements, iron and nitrogen. He hopes it will become widely used in products like electric vehicles and electronic components, reducing the need for rare earth minerals used in most other magnets. I guess I did not know that magnets were used in so many things. I'm not smart.
Here's another I'm not smart moment. Here's my ignorance. I thought we had kind of hit the capacity for magnet innovation.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, we figured out how to use magnets.
Good.
I didn't know there was more.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how to describe this without sounding dumber, but I didn't know there was
I'm with you.
ways you could make magnets better. Obviously, more applications, but how do you make them better? Well, apparently, you can use different elements.
Like somebody just said, here's a better way to consume water.
Right.
Well, okay.
Hadn't thought of that.
Didn't know we were doing it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so better
Good
magnets.
for you, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We need better magnets in this world.
Solid take.
I'm just saying.
No, he's right, though.
No, you probably are not wrong.
Those magnet trains, the maglev.
The magnet trains?
Yeah, the magnet trains.
Yeah, magnet train. I've heard of those.
So the trains are on magnets so they can go faster. There's no friction.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Here comes the magnet train. Thanks, dude from the university. A recently identified murder victim who was killed in the 1970s may have had ties to Las Vegas. The Mojave County, Arizona Sheriff's Office says Luis Paredes may have been living or working in Vegas at the time of his death. His remains were found in a shallow grave in Mojave County in 1976. Investigators say he was shot to death at close range, and they are just now getting around to finding out who he is. Imagine that.
Why now?
Shallow grave, too, right?
Yeah. And the bullet holes. I mean, those few dead giveaways.
Speaking of that, this is like the third time I've brought this up, but I continue to get bombarded. Maybe because I keep talking about it. Maybe my phone's listening. I keep getting bombarded by my Twitter algorithm for those morbid sites where it's like, here's somebody that died in a weird way. You should read about it.
Yeah.
And maybe the fact that I keep clicking on it,
that'll
do it. Talking about it, that'll probably do it. I don't follow that account, but it's constantly on my algorithm. Anyway, one the other day blew my mind because it was showing what they believed was the last photo of a lady and the man who murdered her.
Yeah.
But then they said this person disappeared in 1983 and was, presumed murdered and has yet to be identified. And it was a crystal clear photo of her. Right? It wasn't like, I can't really tell who that is. It's too far away. It was just a photo of somebody next to the person who allegedly killed her. And they said, this lady has never been identified. I'm going, how is that possible when this is on Twitter and nobody says, hey, that's my great aunt or what, because it was 40 years ago, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How can you have a photo on Twitter and nobody has any idea who she is 40 years later? That seemed impossible to me.
Yeah. That does seem.
Murder victim.
Yeah.
Not her remains, her actual photo. Never been identified. Never figured out who it was.
Wow.
How's that possible?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Impossible.
But again, I didn't know new magnets were a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought magnets were like done.
Right. Once we put little cute things on them and then put them on our refrigerator, I thought we had topped out.
Yeah, man. I had no idea I was so inefficient with my fridge sayings. I'm hanging in there, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, some guy 30 years ago was like, there's nothing else to do with magnets. We could do poetry on a refrigerator. All right, but after that, we are done. No more innovation. And then 2023 rolls around and some dude from the U changed the world.
Way to go, dude.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And did you hear that guy from the U's getting engaged and married?
I heard something about that. Yeah.
Paul Kramer?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, she's a good-looking gal.
Thanks, Wayne Newton. Wait a minute, John Wayne? Sorry.
Who's more attractive, Zach? Her to us or him to you? Who's getting the better end of that deal?
I think she is.
Shocking. I'd go the other way. I think he's getting a pretty good deal there. It looks like he's out kicking his coverage. You claim that you believe she's
I think they're equals. I think they're pretty. They're good. They're a good-looking couple.
I'm not saying he's a bad-looking dude, but she's
she's a 10. He's probably like an 8. 9.
Guess what happened? We have another scandal in the chess world.
Again?
Another one. Wait till you hear about this when we come back in sports.
The one a year or two ago was, remember, it was vibrating beads basically in the guy's ass.
That's right.
Was the allegation that he was getting signaled somehow through like Morse code through his ass on what moves to make based on the number of vibrations.
Yeah.
Remember that he threatened to say he would play Magnus Carlsen naked if it required to prove that he wasn't cheating?
They ever do that?
Calm down. Cole Kramer doesn't play chess. Rosie's in 10 minutes too or
That's
not?
right.
Yeah, Rosie's making his return later too.
The Fan.
Join Corey Cope tonight at the Buff in Big Lake for Coors Light Hockey Night. Stop by from 7 to 9 to watch the hockey game and play hockey trivia for a chance to win sweet tickets to the January 4th game. More info at KFAN.com. Just make the keyword calendar.
That's tonight.
That is tonight.
That's tonight. Hey, Mark Rosen's here.
Hi, everybody.
Rosie, Parrish.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Zach.
Merry
Good to see
Christmas,
everybody.
brother.
Yeah, back at you. It's in that kind of that Twilight Zone world we live in right now where you're just driving here going, is this a Saturday?
Yeah.
Is it? What day of the week is this?
Is it snowing out yet?
It's not going to snow.
Aww.
No. I think I'm maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any snow. We might get a flurry or two. That's about it.
I don't care if it doesn't snow.
Oh,
I
I
just
think
want
we
it to
got
freeze.
Gustafson tonight, but that's
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It wasn't
Sports
a
joke.
team.
Funny!
You gotta throw that one out
Get
there.
that part.
I'm trying.
Saucy's not
Okay,
here.
Mr. Comedian dude.
Sorry, I didn't know I was working with Shecky Green. Sorry, Captain Canaveral.
You guys are funny today.
Yeah, he got promoted. Yeah, he did.
He's up at Lawyer Lambert's police.
Oh, yeah,
I think he's spending
aware of
time at
that.
the cabin.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
That's all he's doing.
How
Hanging
many
out,
times
man.
have you been to the Lawyer Lambert cabin?
A few times.
A few times. Your thoughts?
It's wonderful. I mean, they've done a really nice job up there. It's they have mugs to go to
Do
have
pull tabs?
pull tabs, meat raffle, burgers.
Yeah.
It's a good spot up there. It really is.
Meat
Near
raffles up
I-80s.
north are
Oh,
unbelievable.
yeah,
the
it's
best.
fun.
They're
These are the-
so
I was-
unbelievably
I
fun.
Meat's so good.
I was surprised he decided to head up there, but because he's still Lawyer Lambert's still working down here once in a while. But it's a nice getaway. They got a nice spot up there, so I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Of course,
Man,
Sauce just takes advantage of it. Basically,
does.
What Saucy does.
I got to get up to Elk River sometime and check it out.
Elk River.
He said
lot of
years
inside
ago.
jokes.
A lot of inside
Okay,
jokes.
all right.
yeah, no, it's radio for
quite
5
get that.
people.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's all right.
Well, he said that on the air.
Yeah,
He did.
no,
Yeah,
but
he did.
Well, yeah,
Nobody
but it
was
was
listening.
for.
The world of Chinese chess is in an uproar again, Roser.
The hell
Oh,
is
no.
Chinese chess?
It's the same
What?
as chess.
Oh, just
Okay.
just chess played by Chinese people?
I don't know.
Okay, Chinese chess.
I've heard of Chinese checkers.
Yeah,
Yep.
me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played that, but
Yeah.
Chinese chess.
There's a bad behavior scandal that saw a national champion, the national champion, stripped of his title on Monday after a victory celebration ended with him defecating in a hotel bathtub.
Well,
All right, let's rewind the clock. Let's back this thing up about 10 seconds and start over because I was
I
only
missed
half.
that
I
part.
wasn't because I didn't think that's where this was going.
The world of Chinese chess is in an uproar over rumors of cheating and a bad behavior scandal that saw the national champion stripped of his title on Monday after a victory celebration that ended with him defecating in a hotel bathtub.
what was the cheating part?
He's going to have to prove something wasn't in his ass,
That's
right? Just
probably
like
it.
last year.
That could be it.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
That's my guess.
There's a connection.
We'll see.
I don't know.
All right.
The CXA on Monday announced that Jan would have his title revoked and prize money confiscated after he'd been caught disrupting public order and displaying extremely bad character. The association was also forced to address rumors circulating online that Yan had cheated during the competition by using, once again, anal beads.
Vibrating anal beads.
Oh
Equipped with
my!
wireless transmitters to send and receive signals. Yan allegedly clenched and unclenched rhythmically to communicate information about the chessboard via code to a computer, which then sent back instructions on what moves to make in the form of vibrations.
Man, that's sophisticated.
Based on our
My
understanding
God.
of the situation, it is currently impossible to prove that Yan engaged in that cheating via quote-unquote anal beads, as speculated. But he was still stripped of his title and banned from playing for a year after his celebrations went wayward. Now, I'm just going to stop right here and make a comment. There's something fishy going on. All right? There had to be a reason he pooped in his bathtub more than just celebrating. Was he having a hard time getting the offending anal beads out?
Why the
Yes,
best?
something stinks about this.
Right. He doesn't want to lose them. You don't put them in a toilet.
Yeah.
You might flush them.
That's
Jan
true.
consumed alcohol with others in his room on the night of the 17th, and then he defecated in the bathtub of the room on the 18th. In an act that damaged hotel property.
Okay, hang on.
That's how he got
Stop
busted.
But hang on, stop right there. How do you damage hotel property by crapping in a bathtub? It's going to go down the drain eventually. You're not breaking ceramic tile.
How about you just make? I mean, never mind.
Yeah, never.
How do you ruin a
don't even-
bathtub by dumping in it?
Maybe he left it there.
Well,
Yeah.
Isn't there, get rid of the evidence?
Yeah, you can't leave the evidence.
It can't be that difficult to get rid of the evidence when there's a big water spout in the tub, correct?
this isn't like the scene in Gone in 60 Seconds where they're looking through the dog's crap for the
Yeah,
key fobs. Let's
God.
go.
Turn the tub on high.
Here's my question though: if it wasn't cheating, if it was just the dump in the bathtub, who cares?
Right.
Why
is
strip
he
the
getting
title?
stripped for celebrating rudely?
Yeah.
That's every poker tournament ever.
Yes.
Right? Somebody celebrates and slams the table when they win a flip.
What do you know
I
about
don't even
that?
want to tell you
I
what.
said other people.
I don't even tell you what I've heard other people do at the party of the Stanley Cup. Then, I mean, my God.
Well, at 94 Rangers, is that who the...
Every year.
How many Rangers?
Every single year.
94
There's
of them.
something
Bizarre.
ridiculous that happens to that thing.
By the way, if anybody's
Ridiculous.
listening out there that has vibrating anal beads and can somehow help me rig a poker tournament in 2024, count me in.
Yeah.
I have to learn Morse code through my ass quickly, but still.
It's a minor issue.
You guys are all making great points. and you're asking the right questions.
Yeah.
I just don't have the answers for you.
Man.
No.
It's human nature to cheat.
Would it be
It just
tough?
really is. It's it's us versus them. It's
If
kill
you
or
ain't
be
cheating,
killed.
you ain't trying.
Right. So it's if something's out there to be taken, people are going to find new ways to take it.
Man, what a weird story.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you clinch that. And
does anybody get cheated on initials with anal beads? Do we know that?
I don't know. Based on the faces Marnie makes on Friday, I'd say maybe, but she's not getting to the finish line very often. I mean, winning.
listen, I've used both at the same time. But just for pleasure.
Not for work purposes.
Right.
Man.
There you go. Rosie?
Yeah,
Your thoughts?
No comment. I think I've offered everything I possibly can. I can't add anything to that bizarro story.
Let's just say my sources say Rosie is a fantastic chess player.
Yeah. I wish I were.
Almost unbeatable.
Yeah.
No.
Chess
wish
is
I
fun.
were. Yeah, it is.
There's so many games that I like that my family won't play with me because they hate me.
Yeah.
There's so
Terrible.
many good
That's
games.
sad.
Like the Christmas card game.
The Christmas card game is one.
Yeah, leave the house.
No, that one they win all the time. Where are you guys going again?
Not with you.
No, you stay here and watch the dogs. Why can't we kennel them? Nope, you
Nope.
have to watch them.
Nope.
All right. 96th day in a row.
Roser, we're going to talk sports when we get back, and you're going to tell us what the Vikes are going to do.
What they're going to do.
Well, I mean, we have
just
no
play out the
players
street.
left.
Yeah, we basically don't. Yeah.
That sucks.
It'll just be one big party on New Year's Eve at U.S. Bank with all the
Don't
drunken
poop in the
Scotty
bathtub.
fans. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, if King Kong pooped in the bathtub, I assume it would wreck the bathtub. How did some random chess player ruin a bathtub?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Man, I have so
Don't
many
wanna
questions.
know.
I don't know if I want to know.
No.
More with Mark Rosen and Mark Parrish after this on The Fan.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
The Power Hour is coming up at KFAN.com/watch. You can watch it thanks to Quantum Fiber.
Hit that post, Sacco. Patrick Morning Show. Roser's here. And he'll just
morning.
stand for it. He wants some sports and he wants it now.
Right now.
Time for
We have so
Fan
many other things to
5 on
talk
the
about.
Power
Whatever
Trip,
you want to talk
presented
about.
by All Around Property Preservation.
Thank you all around.
All right, lots going on in the world of sports. We'll start with the basketball team. Mark Rosen, the Thunder beat the Wolves 129-106. SGA 34 points. Holmgren had 20. Too many turnovers for the Wolves. They host Luka and the Mavs tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, they got steamrolled last night, and Chet Holmgren looked really good. I mean, the Wolves have I had their number. They think they beat them a couple times this year, but Oklahoma City is a terrific team, and they're, to me, one of the top threats to the Wolves among other teams in the West. They're talented, they're high-paced, and they were just knocking down three-point shot after three-point shot. It just wasn't the Wolves' game, kind of. They just got ahead of them, and the Wolves, as you mentioned, turned the ball over a lot. So just, I mean, saying it's one of those nights. I think the Wolves are the only team in the league that haven't lost 2 in a row still. So you mentioned they play Luka here tomorrow night.
Yep.
Yeah. So, shrug it off and stay healthy and move forward. That's it. I mean, the Wolves are off to a tremendous start and been a lot of fun to watch. But Oklahoma City's a team to keep an eye on. They're very, very talented. Yeah, good team to watch.
The Pistons have lost 27 straight.
Unreal.
That is a single-season NBA record. They can tie the overall record of 28 held by the Sixers. That's tomorrow night when they're at Boston.
Oh, good luck.
Whoops. So most ever in a single season, 27 straight.
I think the Celtics could spot them a 30-0 lead, and they'd come back and probably win.
Probably be close.
It would be close.
So Cade Cunningham last night had 41.
I kind of kept an eye on that game at some point because I was watching the Wolves, and it was always like a 4 or 5 point game. Thinking maybe they're going to spring the upset. They're going to win the game finally. They're at home, I think, last night too. Of course, all the the fans that are left are wearing the bags over their heads. Sell the team, and the rest of that stuff. But in this day and age, with so much with the draft and parity and what you have, once in a while you get a couple teams like this that just cannot figure it out. And whether it's management, bad drafts, everything else that's going on, but man, to lose 27 in a row, it's almost impossible by just showing up with the teams that take, the players that take the night off or, load management and injuries and just lackadaisical. I don't care. Why do I have to get up for this game? I'm playing the Pistons. Just out of accident, they'd win a game, but not yet.
The Gophers won the Quick Lane Bowl 30-24 over Bowling Green. Cole Kramer has a fiance.
He does?
He had 26 yards passing, but threw for 2 touchdowns and ran one in. But look, not a lot of air yards, 26. But
no, they didn't need
Darius Taylor ran for 208.
Yeah, healthy Darius Taylor, and thankfully he's coming back next year in this crazy portal world and transfer world that we live in.
Look out, you chickens.
Yeah, no kidding. But he's the real deal. He's a very good back and offensive line. And I know that Bowling Green coach made some comment after the game that basically I can't throw the Gophers can't throw the ball from here to where you're sitting talking to a media guy. I'm going, well, they didn't have to.
Yeah.
And a lot of even the Gophers, some of their bigger names, they don't have that many of them. But Newman didn't play. I mean, the safety was going to be drafted in the NFL. Brevin Spann-Ford, who'd probably be drafted at some point, also did not play. And this is the problem, the college football is experiencing in some of these bowl games. I know Florida State, they got snubbed in the playoffs. I don't think any of their top players are playing in their whatever bowl game they're in. I mean, why would you? I mean, why would you risk injury with a lot of money on the table and you're already probably getting nil money and everything else that's going on? So I think the playoff games themselves, I think those players, for the most part, those teams will be intact. But yeah, for the Gophers, I mean, it's a meaningless, meaningless for everybody, investing time. It was a good afternoon if you wanted to watch a little college football. If you're a Gopher fan, it was good to see the kid run the ball, and they had a couple other players that came back. But there's no carryover effect. They're going to have a new quarterback, next year. The transfer from New Hampshire, and good for Cole Kramer. Is he
engaged?
I don't know if he's engaged. I mean, that was. I only saw the second half because I was doing some stuff with the Vikings yesterday, and just our normal school story stuff. But I saw the second half, and I mean, even then, the ratio of shots of his fiance versus the actual game were almost like 2 to 1.
Yeah, well, she's stunning, and the game sucked.
Exactly.
They're doing the right thing.
They were
keep showing her.
Yeah.
Look, the bit back in the day was it Jen Sturger, right?
Yeah,
right. It was the Catherine Webb moment, but. If that face can help us get recruits, keep showing her.
No kidding.
There's got to be somebody in like Georgia going, why would I go play in Minnesota? Then you go, you could get married to this. You go,
right.
Well, then I should probably go to Minnesota.
I mean, it eclipsed the Taylor Swift ratio of shots of her in the press box or whatever, in the suite, tenfold. 100-fold. And I mean, I get it. They were fascinated with her. Not just the shots of her, but they kept as if you're being reintroduced to the story.
Yeah, they kept saying things like their first date, they played Mario Kart. And I'm like, God dang it, now I want to marry her. That sounds like a dream. Does she like canes?
Right.
How the hell do I know?
Yeah, I mean, is she one of us or is she an Arizona girl?
No idea. They should have brought it up 94 more times.
Why didn't they bring it up? I don't know. She looks like a Minnesota girl, if you know what I mean.
But
the blonde hair.
What I love about that is...
No, she's got the Minnesota... She's got the blonde hair. I'm just stereotyping here.
Boy.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know. I wonder when in the game she realized via text or her social media that she was on constantly, because you forget... we talked about this with Taylor Swift. When Taylor's in the press or the suite, she knows cameras are on her because she's Taylor Swift and she's sitting front row next to Brittany Mahomes. But she doesn't know that they're showing her every 5 seconds, even if she might assume that they show her once in a while.
Right.
Cole Kramer's fiance didn't know they were going to show her 40 times.
No, her phone had to be blowing up the whole time.
It's not her fault that ESPN decided to show her.
She was sitting next to her brother or someone, or Cole's brother or someone.
Who knows?
Here was Gerdzy's rather offensive take on the whole thing.
That is really nice.
Well,
that was it.
Gerdsey.
Come on.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No. So
Good for Cole.
and good for Cole that he got the win, threw a couple little short
I don't care
touchdowns.
about that. I'm talking about the gal.
Good for him.
Couldn't care less that they won against.
Well,
Bowling
that
Green.
sounds like
He won more than just the game.
an
Revenge.
ESPN would be covering the wedding now. I mean, almost you have to follow through on it now.
Yay.
Yeah.
I mean, for people that were saying this is a football game, talk about football. Well, to bring up why he was there, she has a lot to do with it, right? Because he was going to quit the team, not quit the team, but
He was done.
he was going to go play or stop playing because there was nothing to play for. Then eighth in transfers, and it's like, well, we need to have somebody play quarterback. So
He was
telling a national audience that story, like, look, he was almost getting married to this.
Yeah,
So
see?
we had to talk him back into coming to play football. All right, you can tell that story. But people are acting like, don't even bring her up. She has nothing to do with the game.
Well,
he's playing in the game.
He was dedicated
That's part
to
of
the
the story.
program despite not getting much playing time. He'd go in there once in a while, run the Wildcat formation, and he was just a good student. Just was dedicated to the team, was loyal to him, knowing full well this was going to be his last collegiate game. Period.
Yeah, man.
And not just his last organized football game. He'll be a boss somewhere, and probably in a couple of years.
Yeah.
One of those guys are going to hear about Cole Kramer a couple of years from now, and he'll be president of some company and whatever he ends up doing.
Kramerica.
Yeah. There you go. And it's time to feed the cats. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey,
I did that this morning.
Sweet Pea, Mark Parrish.
What's up?
Did you know your last game was your last game?
No. No.
Do you wish you had?
No.
Good question.
No, I don't actually. I guess I was planning on playing longer, and it was the
league
summer.
wasn't planning on that?
The league planned much earlier, much shorter time. No, I was, even go overseas was just fine. I wanted to play more, and it wasn't until kind of having to put the work in the summer that's when I realized my heart wasn't in it anymore. But yeah, like talking about, like, I'm glad I didn't have that emotional moment, to be honest with you, in front of everyone, and kind of I got to do that at home with just my wife, and I liked it that way.
Sure.
So yeah, I guess nobody's ever asked me. That was a good question, Hawk.
Oh, thanks, bud.
No, honestly, I'm glad it just kind of went the way it was, and it was another year. The celebration there's always a celebration at the end of the year.
And you played a long time.
But yeah, 15 years pro.
What was your last year?
2012.
2012. So that was that before or after Dimitri died overseas?
It was after. It was just after.
So did way did that affect you not wanting to go
the
play?
Plane crash you're talking
yeah,
about?
he died in Russia in a plane crash.
Actually, it did 100%.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, there was Russia. There was talks about going over a team over there because that league's probably become number 2 now behind the NHL, and it was kind of starting to get there back then. And yeah, no, that happened the year before, and a couple of years before I retired, and I was like, this country's awesome.
Yeah. The air regulations a little higher maybe here in the U.S.
Yeah, and the other side
Hopefully.
of it too, and my good friend Ben Clymer, he was over playing in Minsk, I believe, in Russia, and the plane they bought the team owned was like an old military plane. Now now when I talk about old, this had a glass nose on the plane where the navigator laid down.
Literally like World War II.
And did
Rosie.
the navigation. Yeah. That was his team plane in the 2000s.
How can you get on that plane?
And he was ripping on the Russian, how crap, like it's amazing what they just pieced together, and then a year later, Pav dies, and then I said, I like bus travel.
Yeah. You said your heart wasn't in it. So, I mean, you kind of made the decision as opposed to having someone else make the decision for you, which a lot of athletes have trouble with. That immediacy, like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, well, vodka worked with that, unfortunately, all too well. Yeah, no, I mean, we all go through that. There's when your career's over, it's you for me, and I've spoken with a lot of my friends that have gone through it, and on multiple other sports, and there's a mourning. Like, you definitely go through mourning, because it's all people. It's people will be like, oh, that's not all you are. You're that doesn't define you. You're more than just an NHL player. Well, the problem is we like being defined as NHL players.
Right. It's a good life.
We really, really love that, and we don't want that to end. So that's the part that you struggle with most is kind of an identity and finding your home. That's why like that structure and finding your I can't think of the word I'm looking for here. Your schedule, whatever your schedule, kind of keeping a schedule, keeping you on task, because that's routine. Thank you. That was the one. Thank you very much, Corey. Yeah, it's finding those and really kind of finding your role and outside of that and becoming, just becoming okay with the fact that it's okay to be just a dad and a husband. It's a pretty amazing life too. Look at you now. It's a pretty amazing life too.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That's hard work, dude.
We've talked with Chris and his last day as a high school football player last game and how tough that is.
Yeah.
And obviously I had I knew it was my last day playing hockey and that was tough.
Yeah.
What was it like for you in Bloomington Jefferson, knowing you're going to keep playing for probably a long time? Was it still pretty tough knowing that was the last day with your buddies?
Yes, that was the hard part. Honestly, I remember Mikey Anderson and I, our last game in high school. I'll never forget it. And we felt bad. Because we were going on to play. And there were the other seniors. It was literally their last hockey game, and everybody was. It was a tough room to be in because of that. You grow up with all those guys, and we had a big group of seniors that we grew up playing hockey with, and that we're all best friends with.
Wow.
The real people.
They still had eligibility.
Yeah, old people.
Old people.
Bunch of seniors.
Bunch of senior citizens, yes. That's why 95 was the downfall. 92, 93, 94, it was awesome. 95, that's why we fell off the map.
You had Frank on
no, so it was really hard because of that. We were excited. We were looking forward to that next chapter for us. We were getting a chance to go play Division I hockey. So in a way, we were very excited and something to look forward to. But yeah, everyone else, all our best friends, that was literally their last game of hockey. And I remember the day, Hawk, you were talking about, the last day you played football. I wish somebody had told me I'd have played football. My knees hurt and everything. Yeah. My little funny story about that, I happened to be at the airport that day for an early flight up to the NHL Network, and I was at the wrong gate. As you were telling that story, I'm running through the terminal with my carry-on wheel behind me and my backpack on. My knees are effing killing me, and I was dying laughing. I'm with you, Hawk.
Yeah, man.
Wish somebody would have told me to. This hurts like hell.
Yeah, man.
Rosie, you had a similar situation, though, too, after 40 years, right? Rosen Sports Sunday ended and the Bunny Ranch closed, and it was the end of an era for both.
Pretty much both were very emotional.
Did you know it was
last time you went before it closed?
Did you know it was your last day?
I know it was my last day at WCCO. I did not know about the Bunny Ranch situation.
That's good that you did,
Lawyer
'cause you've been
Lambert's
so emotional.
card expired apparently, and then we were
All
turned
those
away.
gift cards go to waste.
They just were gone like everyone else. No, I was fine with that ending the way it was. So.
I saw, like, when we were in Vegas just a couple of weeks ago, I saw ads in those little newsstand flyer
They still
things
have them?
on the corners for a chicken ranch, and I'm not even joking. What the hell is a chicken ranch? Is that the new Bunny Ranch?
I don't know.
It didn't look like they were
Sounds like a Napoleon Dynamite thing. I don't know.
What is it?
No, it's a legal licensed brothel located 60 miles west of Las Vegas in
60 miles?
Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Pahrump.
Oh, yeah.
So the Chicken Ranch 60 miles west is not the Bunny Ranch reimagined. This is a completely different place.
No, and you know what? It also houses the Leghorn Bar.
Well,
it's adjacent to another. It's right next to Sherry's Ranch.
Oh yeah, Sherry Lewis from Lamb Chop.
Yeah, that's an old reference.
Well, socks.
I got it.
Can I go to this website at work?
Sure.
No,
It's research, baby.
And it's Sauce's computer. Just say Sauce looked it up.
It did just tell me. It gave me a warning. We're going.
Is that right?
Oh, it the whole internet security thing.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Did you know it was your last day at the fan?
Oh boy.
Well said.
Keepers.
All right, let's do a little bit of sports when we get back, including Vikings news, Rosie, because again, everybody's basically suffering injuries that are going to keep them out for the rest of the year.
Oh boy.
Maybe some rehab for most of the offseason. That is after this Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.